Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Glassman's world. So we're about to get started here. I've been working on these these Amenita mushrooms here. I don't know if I spelt it right. I might have to edit the spelling on that. But these are some of the mushrooms here. Here's the flat back one. I'm glad that one came out on the first grab. But there's like 5 of them right there. You can see how small they are. They're, pretty small. Good size. Let's see, compared to my normal mushrooms. So these are the original $5 mushrooms there. And you can see they're just slightly bigger. So these ones are 20 bucks here. This one's 30. This is the one that I had to fix. It looked like it had that baseball cap, but I put it to the back. So now it looks like it's got that like kind of ghosty look, like it's spread out on the side. It looks really cool. So I fixed that one. I thought I was going to have to scrap it. But yeah, there's some beautiful Amanita mushrooms there. I've got a dozen of them ready to go. Got a whole bunch in here. And I like to recycle these containers here. So we just put all the glass in there and then we'll cover it with the little plastic bag. So the bag is recycled as well. And now I got a nice little carrying container. Keep the glass all safe. All right, so I have this idea. I was trying to make the underneath. Oh, let me see if I can show you that. I don't know if any of these came out good at all. But let's see. Let's just grab one and see. So I'm trying to put on the bottoms here, I'm trying to put the gills underneath. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bit of white. But I'm trying to actually make it look like it's dark, and then with like white highlights or something to make it look like there's lines going in there, like it's gills. So I'm gonna try something new right now. Maybe this works. I don't know. So let's get our safety glasses on here. Alright, so what I'm going to try to do is just get a bunch of the black and the white. Or actually, I'm going to use the butterscotch. I think it's butterscotch. I don't know if it's butterscotch or caramel. Caramel. How do you guys pronounce it? Do you pronounce it caramel? Caramel? Caramels. People pronounce it all kinds of different ways, and I just like to mess around with all the different ways. Alright, so let's see if I can bring up this live stream in case anyone joins us here on the chat. I'm gonna make these mushrooms, guys. And once again, we're done with Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta 2025. Please be sure to check out all of the... And once again, we're done... Oh, I may mute that. And make sure to check out all of the streams, the live streams on when I was out there with Dawn Patrol and Polar Dawn and the Polar Dawn Chase crew, and setting up the balloon every morning, checking out the drone show. Every morning we have the drone show going. So good morning, guys. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Alright, so we're going to try this idea here. So thinking we're just going to add a bunch of lines. We don't need to do too much. I'm going to make a kind of like a cane. But instead of making like a twisted cane, we're just going to try to keep it straight. Should probably pull this color out here. Hold on. We're going to do a quick pull here. I'm just going to heat up the tip of the color, touch it to the rod here, and we're just going to utilize it to give it a pull. Or just let it set up some and then pull it. And I'm just going to flame cut that off. Alright. Alright, so we're just going to do, I guess, 3 lines in between. Which is kind of hard to add those 3 lines in there, that spacing, but it's alright. Alright, hopefully we ain't running out of oxygen here. I didn't check the regulator. Like, man, you're gonna have to go get more oxygen. But that's cool. That means that I've been making a lot of glass lately. If I'm going through the oxygen this quickly, this fast, been making a lot of glass, which is good. Can't complain about that. Making a lot of glass means I'm selling a lot of glass. Yeah, you know, we might be out of oxygen. I don't know if I'm going to be able to even do a session here. I want to try to make at least one with this. Man, right when I get the live stream started and everything. Let me check. Yeah, it looks like we're out of oxygen again, guys. Right when I'm about to try to do something new and cool. Alright, let's at least try to melt this down so we don't waste this. But I gotta get the other color on here too, dang it. Alright. I might be wasting this now. I'm gonna try to make it happen though. Now this is it's like a race against time. I'm trying to get this melted before I run out of oxygen here, like entirely. Uh-oh. Gotta pull some. Gotta let it set up. If I pull it too soon, it can thin out. I want to make sure it's got a nice thickness to it. So now I'm just going in between all those lines of black or onyx that I put on there and filling it with this, the caramel or the butterscotch here. Like one more line. Alright, well I'm going to try to get this melted down. I don't know if I have enough oxygen. You can see the flames getting soft every time. Alright, we'll see what I can do here. I don't know. I might have just wasted a whole bunch of color here. But like I said, we're going to try. We're going to try to make it happen. At least melt it down, get it smooth. But I'm not going to be able to make an Amanita mushroom with this. Ah, man, it's Friday. If I don't get oxygen today, then I got to wait all weekend till Monday. Well, I'll see if my friend can help me out again. Right when you think you're about to like do a whole day's worth of work, get on the torch, do like an hour or two. Nope. I thought I was going to be able to work for at least an hour now. So now we're just working against the clock here, guys. The flame's getting softer. I'm going to try to bring the propane down to match the oxygen. As the oxygen is depleting, it's getting softer. So in order to make the flame more intense, I got to bring the propane down to match it. And then a lot of the top up here is all just going to get scrapped. I think I might be able to melt it down though. It looks good. So what I'm hoping is that I have all these lines on here, and then I'm going to stretch it out. Like I'm going to pull this whole thing and stretch it. And that way I can add this as like a dot. Boom, just one dot real quick. And hopefully the lines will spread out and create like the gills underneath the mushroom. That's what I'm hoping. I don't really know. And we won't be able to find out until I get more oxygen now. I don't think I have enough to even try to do one. But let's at least pull this out. Here, let's see if I can find a rod to use. We're going to slowly lose this flame here. It's getting softer and softer. You know, it is possible that I could run the oxygen generator, but that thing is loud. And it doesn't really produce as much oxygen as I need. Alright, so we'll attach it to this rod here. Now this will be the handle for the whole thing. All the scrap stuff is on the bottom there, attached to the handle, so I don't need to worry about peeling any scrap off. We just got to get it off this rod here. I think we'll have enough oxygen to pull it off at least. I just won't be able to make a mushroom to see how it works. Dang it. Alright, but we'll have a nice rod here now that we can pull from. So let me just get this pulled nicely. I try to pull my rods evenly, keep them all about the same thickness. I trained myself in making body jewelry, which is made in gauges. And so it's got to be pretty accurate when you're making cylinders or rod or whatever you want to call it. But let me pull that out, and then let's pull out some of this at the end here. Get this real thin before we lose the flame. You can see it getting real soft there. Alright, we're going to get this super thin now. And hopefully that's going to work as my gills there. And we'll just flame cut this off. Alright, so that's hopefully going to be the gills. I don't know. And let's try to clean this up real quick. We'll bring the propane down to match the oxygen. But it's a real soft flame now. Let's just get this off here. And we're going to have to call it a day, guys. I'm sorry. I thought we were going to have a nice little glass blowing session here, but I will have to go get some more oxygen, guys. So I don't know what else to do. If you guys are interested in any of the Amenita mushrooms, they are available for $20. I can go through and show you them, but I'm pretty much done. The oxygen is no more. It's depleted, guys. That sucks. Alright, well, let's look through these Amenita mushrooms. I'm all out of oxygen. Oh, and look at that. That looks good. I don't know if you can see those lines in there, but if I can get that to push underneath the mushroom there, I think that's gonna work pretty good. Here, let me put my hand behind it. Maybe that'll help. So you can see the lines right in there, and then it gets pulled super thin into here. So hopefully that works. Hopefully it's not too thin. Maybe I should have done it on solid black. Do a bunch of black and then those lines. But I wanted to have a bigger surface area, so I wanted to start with that. But let's go through some of these mushrooms here. You can see how they all look. So they're all individual. You can see that one's got a little bit of the color popping out. See, on that side you can't see it, but this side you can see it. And I guess on real mushrooms, you can kind of see that, the underneath of it, right? So you got a little bit of the gills showing on that one. There's probably majority of these have some of the gills showing a little bit, you know. That one came out really nice. I wish I could number these and put them in like some sort of category, if that way if you guys wanted any of these. But Oops, sorry. This one's got like almost all of that white coming out of it. That one came out really good. All of these came out pretty good. They're a little bit bigger than I was hoping though. I'm trying to get them smaller. Oh, that one came out really nice. That one's got the 2 big dots on it. So it'll sit like this. That's the front. Alright, well, I'm going to let you guys go here after we look at these Amanitas. We'll go through each one. You can see how some of the mushrooms are bigger than the others. Oops, I'm going to drop this one. That one almost came out to the edge of the glass. You can see how it's trying to get that little bit of a little wave there. And this is, sorry, and that's the front of it, right there. So that's how it'll hang. This one's got a big old cap on it. This one's pretty large too compared to the other ones. There's the front of that one. You can see I'm trying to get those like spirals underneath there, but they're not really spiraling the way they should. So I think maybe I figured that out. We'll have to try next time when I get oxygen and see if that'll work. That's the front of that one there. I don't think I'll be able to like go through and try to find which one is which. If you guys are like, oh, I want the third one or fourth, like I could do my best. There's another one there. That's the front of it. I guess you guys could try to send me a screenshot of it. There's another one. So you can see they're about an inch tall, maybe a little bit bigger, inch and a quarter, inch and a half on some of them. So they're pretty good size. I am trying to make them a little smaller, but not much. Some of these just come out kind of big. So I got about a dozen of these made, 11 of them, and then one of them's the flat back with the blue on it. But they all have really nice detail on them. And I'm trying to get the gills underneath. But it's kind of just looking like it's got the caramel or butterscotch underneath there without the black lines, the striations. So I'm trying to get that to make it look like they're actual gills underneath. This one's got a nice elongated top. I can keep them elongated like that. That one looks cool. And you can see underneath, that one's got some pretty cool gills to it. Trying. You can't really see the gills though. It doesn't really matter. It's just my own thing. I'm just trying to really make these as detailed as possible. So I'm really trying. There's the front of it, so that's how that one will hang. Like that. And then, let's see, does it have gills too? Kinda. It's got some kind of coloration in it. But yeah, so you can't see the gills. Even if I make them look real, you won't be able to see them, like, I guess, unless you show someone, you know? It's just for my own purpose, just to be as artistic as I possibly can with these. And then here's the last one. So there's a dozen of them right there. And then that one is the blue, the cobalt blue. And you can see on the side, it's all clear glass. But then just this little bit of blue layer right on the back is what allows it to look like it's in complete cobalt blue. So that one there is a $30 one. The rest are 20 bucks. And, you know, I should be selling these for like 40 bucks and up. I don't know anyone else who makes these and makes them as small and as detailed as I do. If you go online, like, I could do an online search right now and actually try to find these. Let's do it. Let's do a quick search. I'm going to see if I can find any so we can do a price comparison. And maybe there's some people who make them in soft glass, but I don't know. Like, these are borosilicate, you know. These come out real nice. So let's see if we can find any that are real detailed like this. And the same size, you know. It's about an inch long, I'm guessing. One inch is 25.4, so that's 38, and that's in millimeters. So yeah, that's longer than an inch. 1 inch is 25.4, right? So somewhere around there is an inch. So the body of these is an inch, and then you got the bail or the loop on top. Alright, so I'm going to do a quick search on here, and let's see if we can find Amenita, glass Amenita mushrooms. How to make a glass Amanita. Okay, so I am spelling it wrong. It's all A's, not Amanita. How to make a glass Amanita by a Zaxtronaut Glass, 2025. Okay. Let's see if there's any in the shopping listings. Ooh, cool. Hey, let's take a look at this real quick. Hold on a second. Alright, so we got Amanita mushroom ornaments, 24 bucks. That one's pretty cool looking. Look at this. That one's nice. $134, guys. Dr. Sawfish. That's a really nice mushroom. That's a cane though. That one's really nice. And there you see it, 134 bucks. Here's a little sculpted one, $29.99. Or this one right there. This one. I don't know why it's not showing. Here's another one, $25. See? And that one's got a little guy on it. But no one is pushing the mushrooms into. Here's a cluster of them for 270 bucks. See, people can make sculpted mushrooms like these here, right? People can sculpt mushrooms, but they can't push the amanitas into the glass. We might have to check out that video because it looks like he's actually doing it. Maybe he has a shop. But yeah, when you look online, you can't find the mushrooms that I make, guys. So I could sell them for like 40 bucks and up, easy. See, like this one here, that one's cool. 24 bucks. I'm selling mine for 20. But mine are inside. This one here, oh, these are little minis for only like 3 bucks. Little glass pins. Look at how cute that is. 22 bucks for a little sculpture. That's cute. I could do something like that. I really like those. Those are cool. Alright, so let's go back to that video. And let's see if that guy's got a shop or something. Yeah, see the Amenita pendant? 10 bucks on that one. Oh, look at that. That one has an eye on it. Amenita mushroom pendant rainbow prism with some crazy eye on it. $80. That's probably just resin. Alright, so I'm not seeing any that look like the ones that I'm making. There's no one making them like this here. And putting them inside the glass, encasing them. So I could easily ask 40 bucks, but I'm only asking 20 bucks on these. Alright. Let's get back to the video here. And let's see. I don't know if we can watch the video without me getting in trouble. So we might just skim through it. But yeah, there's a bunch of cool mushrooms there. $2,277 for some kind of Christmas mushrooms. I did hit the back button, right? It's like taking forever. Okay, so this individual here has a 14-minute tutorial by Zaxtronaut Glass right here. And I don't know if it's soft glass, if it's Moretti, or if it's borosilicate glass. I'll bring the volume down. Sorry, my computer is lagging. It's gonna probably shut down. So funny. Every time I go to use it, it shuts down. I figure since I can't blow glass and I'm out of oxygen, we might as well just take a look at some of these things here. Oh, I got some commercial. Now I'm gonna get in trouble for a commercial. Alright. Okay, so cool. Check those out. They look a little funky. He's pulling the tops up and he's getting that point on them a bit much. But they look cool. I wonder what his process is. Okay, so he pushes in the mushroom, just like what I do. Or he pushes in the stem, right? And he melts it down. And once does he round the tip? I think the stem is inside of here. It's just like a nub of glass he just pushed in there. And then he rounds it. And then he's just going to melt the bread right onto it, force it on, right? push it on just a little bit bigger. So boom, push it on, make it a little bit bigger than the stem itself. Right, and he'll pull it off, melt it off. And then he'll melt it down, and then what? Then he'll add the white dots to it. So he leaves it sticking up, you know, just like I do. Melt it down. So then he leaves it like that. Gets it all rounded, and then he'll add the clear glass right on top of it. So he does it the exact same way that I do, guys. Or he'll mash the clear glass directly over it. So cool. He's doing it the exact same way that I'm doing. And he's doing them in 15 minutes, which is about what I'm doing it. I guess I'm doing it in about 15 to 30 minutes. Oh, and it's she. I believe it's a female in the mirror. Cool. I've never seen anyone else do it this way. And she makes sure that she covers it up pretty big. And then I wonder if she purposely puts that point on it. And if that's like her signature mushroom look to pull it up. Or if that's just what happens. And she just melts it down. So she pushes that whole thing. Yeah. I guess I don't know why it turns into a point like that. And then when she pulls it up like this, she's also making a point. I keep mine on the rod, and then I pull up the loop right there. She adds the loop to it. So there's a little bit difference in how we make it. But that's cool. Alright, let's see though. Do you have a shot? It's astronaut glass. Alright, let's see how much these mushrooms are. So I think she has an Etsy shop. Functional and wearable borosilicate glass art. These astronaut glass. Go check them out. They're at the Etsy.com. Oh no, that's a guy from British Columbia. 5 years on Etsy. Look at these prices. $157. Beautiful pendant there. Look at this. $140 right there. $139. Look at this Galaxy. Oh, this guy's badass. Look at this. $150. $314 for a marble. This guy is not messing around. He's got some beautiful work. This guy's got some beautiful work. I'm loving this work here. This is amazing. I'm impressed. Got some opals, 130. Like, what's the cheapest one? $94, 62 for this leaf. For a leaf pendant, $62. I would make that and sell that for 10 to 20 bucks. But maybe there's a color in it. I don't know. Maybe it's using a special color, so it's more expensive. Now, where are all the mushrooms that we just saw him make there? The simple mushrooms. 136 bucks for a marble. There we go. $57, guys. I'm selling mine for 20 bucks. Oh, and look, it puts a little color loop on top. If you guys want a color loop, I can do that. We can match the loop to the mushroom. We could do different colored mushrooms. But there you go. Compared to mine. That one or that one? You know, and low in stock, only one left. And then how much is the shipping? So you spend 57 bucks. I don't know if it's free shipping or if you pay for shipping. Delivery costs $8.25 in California or Canada. So there you guys have it. 60 bucks, or like I said, I could easily charge $40 and up for these. Maybe I should. Maybe I should be doing 40 bucks. Hey, what's going on, Pro Cannabis? What'd you say? Wow, I wish I could do that. Beautiful work. He can live from that. Right. So, I mean, I could ask $57 for this easy, right? I mean, maybe add the colored loop on top. But yeah, and then look at the point on it. I mean, maybe people want that, but I kind of like the realness and the shape of these ones here. And then this one here is a flat back. It's got that extra color on it. And I was saying only 30 bucks for that one. So yeah, as you can see, I've always been able to keep my glass really affordable because I can make it so quickly. But I mean, this individual's making his mushrooms in 15 minutes and then he's asking $60. So he's making like 200 bucks an hour, right? And $240 an hour. I think that's like way ridiculous. I think, you know, if you're asking 30 to 100 bucks an hour, that's pretty good. 240 bucks an hour? I don't know. Is he making the glass? Like, look at the loop. If you actually look at it, how clean is it? How straight is it? You know, did he really put the love and the attention into it? He could have spent an extra 10 more minutes on it. Make sure the loop was nice and straight. But he's making them the way he's making them, and they look all right. They look decent. This one's got that extra little thingy on there. So maybe he's pushing it twice, pushing it once, and then pushing it again to get that little bit there. I might be able to do that. I don't know. That's interesting. So I'm out of oxygen, guys. I can't blow glass. But I was just showing off some of their work there, which looks really awesome. And I was just showing off some of all the Amanitas that I made yesterday. I've got about a dozen of them made. So I don't know if you got to see any of these Pro Cannabis. He's selling them for $57.74, and that's Canadian. So, you know, it'd probably be what, a little bit. Is it more in US or is it less? I don't remember. I used to ship to Canada all the time until this guy ripped me off. He ripped me off big time. We had a good relationship. I thought we were brothers. I thought we were good friends. I thought, I could call him my brother and I could trust him. And I sent him a $1,500 in glass, and he's never sent me a single payment. So I hope not all Canadians are like that. I think you could trust the Zaxtronaut glass. But yeah, here's some of them. Sorry, my angle's all weird. I'm gonna drop them. But yeah, you can see these are some really nice ones. Oh, there's the one with the double dot on it. That one I thought came out pretty good. And then it's got the underneath where I'm trying to put the gills underneath. Yeah, that is theft. That's the grand theft, actually. But he's in Canada, I'm in the US, laws are different. I'm not even going to worry about spending that time. I'm just going to keep on busting out really nice quality glass, and he no longer gets my glass. It's his loss, not mine. It's a $1,500 loss from my pocket, but, money comes and goes. I thought friendships would last forever, but some people don't have any respect or any consideration for that these days. They let money get in the way of things like that. But yeah, I can sell these all day. I could probably wholesale these for $20. And people could sell them for $60, like this guy in Canada, right? But yeah, there's a few of them. And then this is the flatback. Flatback came out cool. This is the one that I didn't like because of the backside of it was all weird. It looked like a baseball cap. So I hid it on the back, and now it looks like it's got these really cool like ghost fins coming off the bottom of it there. So I thought that one came out really cool, and I'm only asking $30 on the flatback. Like I said, I should be asking $40 and up on these individual ones, and then probably $50 for the flatback. But I already made my price at $20. Maybe I can increase it over time slowly. Maybe if I had an Etsy shop, I would just bring it up to like 40 or $50, and that way I could still underprice theirs and beat them in price and in quality. Alright, and I love these containers. They hold the glass really nicely. You guys see my new balloon? I got this really cool balloon. It's got a tea light candle inside of it. The only issue is when you take off the balloon, the bottom part, because it's 3D printed, it feels like the layers are trying to like separate. So I'm scared to take it off and on and off and on. Or I'd show you how it works. But I just got that recently. It's really cool. I wish I could blow glass today, but I can't. So I'm just going to let you guys go. I just wanted to share the mushrooms, and I wanted to do a live little search. I don't know anyone else who's making these mushrooms like this, except for this guy in Canada. So he's figured out something, and they look cool. But $60 is quite a bit for a little piece of glass that he makes in 15 minutes, guys. You got to remember, he only spent 15 minutes of his time into making it, and I think he's like trying to bust them out like mass production and not really spending the love and the quality. The time that, if he spent just a couple more minutes on that loop, it would be straight. I can see it's a little bit crooked. It's a little thick on the bottom part, thinner on the top. He could have worked it a little bit more. But it's still a beautiful piece, and all the other pieces that he's making, they're really beautiful in design. But $200 and some, $300 and some for a marble? Like, wow, I guess some people will pay that, And all it is it's fume work, and he's got all these like lines of fume work. He's just like kind of twisting glass and make it look like the universe and stuff. And it's just, it's just fumes. Silver and gold fume twisted up, layers upon layers of glass. and he's asking $200. But I guess, glass is like that. Glass is expensive. And that's the thing, is I've always tried to keep my glass affordable. I've never had big money, so I've always lived in a life where, affordability is key. And so, quality, functional, affordable glass is what Gardenia glass is all about. And that's what the Glassman's world is. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna let you guys go. I appreciate you, Cannabis Warrior, for coming in. I wish I could blow glass, but I ran out of oxygen right when I was trying to get a new pattern going. I was working on this pattern here. Thankfully, I was able to at least melt it down and finish it up. But I got this pattern now. And now this pattern here, hopefully, will be the bottom, the gills. So I'm going to push it up in, and then hopefully you'll be able to see it from like this way. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, everyone has got things so high priced these days, and like people having a hard time even making rent, and it's like everyone's just trying to gain a buck here and there. And it's like, fuck, man. That's why I feel proud that when I started blowing glass in 1995, 30 years ago, I started making these. These were some of the first items I ever learned how to make. And I was selling them for $5. And over time, over inflation, the cost of all the tariffs now, I still sell these for only $5. These are the original $5 mushroom. And I still sell them for $5, and I wholesale them for even less. You can get them like this without the cord. 50 of them for $100. And then you can get into business. You can start selling these. And mine are big. They're a good size. The loop is strong, like I was saying, My loops are probably like at least 4 millimeter. I'm guessing. .4 on the thinnest spot right there. 4.1 on the thicker end on the back, and then the thickest part is this part here, and that's at a 5.5. So my loop, and this is just one that I just picked up, and it's got kind of a thinner top right there. That thin top part right there is still close to 4 millimeters, still almost 3.5 millimeter. So they're still, really nice and strong and thick. They're about an inch tall. You can sell these for $7. So you can make your money back easy by just buying those at wholesale. And then if you learn how to string them up, you don't have to do the fancy loop that I do, where it's like a slip knot and you can adjust the length of the necklace. You could just all tie them up at one length and just sell them like that. It's like all one length. Oh, you need it a little bit longer? Here, let me take that off and I'll make a longer string for you. You just make it all one length. And or you can put the clasp on the back side, and then you can make it to where you can have a choker. You can put them on silver chain. There's so many different ways that you can hang these and sell them. But you can sell them just alone, as is, just as a piece of glass. And then others can string them up, You can sell them like at a bead store like that. But I'm going to let you guys go, because I'll just keep rambling on. But I thank you so much for tuning in and watching. We will go through the balloons, all the different balloon items and different things that I've attained. Some really cool collectible items here. These are apparently some of the most collectible ones. The ones with the paintbrushes. I'm learning about this. I'm like, what? What's up with the paintbrush? So, I'm gonna let you guys go. We'll do the balloon gifts and souvenirs and stuff soon. Go through the different cards that I collected and all that stuff. All these cool goodies all right here. And then once I get oxygen, then we'll test out this new pattern here, and we'll see how this works for the gills underneath. We'll see if this will work or not. But that's some pretty cool line work there, and that's drawn real thin all the way through that whole thing. So it should work. We'll see. All right, I'm out of here, guys. You guys have a beautiful day. Thanks for tuning in and watching. I'm Dan the Glassman. You're watching the Glassman's World. I'm out.